have with the kid, being able to see him be a pro every single day, him coming in, adapting to the style that we have as a team, and just taking everything seriously. And so I think that's something that I try to do a big job of influencing, taking care of people, getting us together in the football sense, but also getting us together outside of the football sense. Being able to step outside of the game, but also spend time together is really important to me.
Have you met formally with the Eagles or Niners?
With the Eagles or who?
Or the 49ers?
No, sir, I have not.
Okay. What types of players did you kind of model your game after, or at least watch to try to mimic?
So recently I've been watching a lot of Eric McCoy, the center from the Saints. I think I really am trying to apply a lot of my athleticism to that interior spot once I get in there. I think I have a great ability to, use my feet and my hips to be able to move around guys and stay in front of guys and stay engaged. And so at tackle, my athleticism, it takes care of me, it gets me into space, allows me to have good recovery, but on the interior, it's going to allow me to do incredible things I think the other guys aren't necessarily going to be able to do. I'm the most versatile athletic offensive lineman in this draft, and I plan to show that.
Did you get a chance to meet with the Rams?
With the Rams? No, sir, I have not.
Caleb, have you met with the Buccaneers this week?
No, sir, I have not.
Caleb, how old were you when you decided to be an offensive lineman?
I'd say I was in the 8th grade. Right when that's when I first started playing football, and I was an offensive lineman from jump. I never played the other side of the ball. Making an impact and taking care of people around me is just who I am, and so the spot just fit me. I think it was just kind of something that happened naturally.
What do you think the strongest part of your game is?
The strongest part of my game is definitely play speed and IQ, and my athleticism. My ability to do everything from every different spot, and also be able to plug myself into different spots and know where I'm going, know what I'm doing. It's just something that not everybody can do, and at the same time, I don't get tired. We're in a tempo offense. In 2022, we were the fastest offense in the country, and being a part of that is something that has been great. So also being able to shift that, going to the Senior Bowl, getting in the huddle for the first time was a much different aspect, but being able to catch my breath and being able to evaluate stuff at a much slower speed just allows my game to be even better. So,
Zone or gap better?
I think I like gap better. So we were a heavy inside zone and counter team with Taj Brooks. That's just the type of running back that he was. Being able to run that counter and hit it on the front side, but also, we run it so much those backers are flying over the top. Taj can hit it on the backside A gap or backside B gap. It just allows for a lot of creases and a lot of people to misfit and just stuff to be able to happen really well.
You describe yourself as the most athletic, versatile offensive lineman in this draft. How did you get there, and what would you say? How did you develop into it?
I think it developed honestly just over my entire life. Playing every single sport. I played basketball my whole life until I started playing football. But once I started playing football, I started cross training, and that never stopped. In the sense of playing right and left, I always wanted to play right and left, being able to play both. And then getting to Tech, all three coaches that I had, all three offensive line coaches, they were big into cross training. And my freshman year, I was playing right and left tackle, sometimes switching every single drive. TCU in 2020, I was playing right tackle, left tackle, switching back and forth every single drive. It wasn't something that I really realized was a big aspect. I didn't think it was a big deal. I just thought it was something that guys should be able to do. But once I realized the value that it had, I started to apply it even more, and started to apply it to the guard aspect, and started to snap. Realizing how much more I'd be able to do and how much it could take care of me. And so also just being able to take care of your body, being able to do everything, full range of motion, just having strength in full range of motion, all those types of things, being around great strength coaches has always taken care of me. So
playing basketball, playing all these different sports, cross training, was it tough to keep your weight up?
I don't know. I'll say this is that unlike most people, COVID was a blessing for me.
Yeah.
I got to get out of school and just kind of take care of my body. I signed at 260 in high school in February, but I got to Tech at about 280, and then I was able to put on those extra 15 pounds and play in that first season around 295. And so, weight hasn't necessarily always been a big problem for me. Taking care of it the right way is something that I've learned is a huge aspect of the game. Your nutrition is good. Being 315 at 25% body fat is one thing, but being 315 at 22, 21% body fat is a much different thing. So, just kind of learning the different aspects of how to take care of yourself in even better ways, pushing it every single way at different times.
What game would you say people should watch if they want to see your best?
From the 2024 season, I'd say go watch that Cincinnati game. I had moved around. I hadn't played very much tackle except in that first game. That's the 5th game of the season. I played guard. I was playing right guard, left guard for the first 4 games, and then they put me back out at tackle. And honestly, I went out there and dominated. I had a lot of good plays. We ran a lot of inside zone. That was Taj's highest rushing game of the season. I had a really good pull where I really took somebody off their feet, and my pass pro was just really locked that game. So it was just a great, showing of my ability to be able to do a lot and be able to be thrown back out to a different position and still have a good game.
And have you met with the Seahawks this week?
No, sir, I've not.
And who on the Senior Bowl on the defensive side stood out to you?
Virginia Tech's, I think it's Pebbles. I can't seem to get that right, but he has a great twitch, a great ability to get off the ball, but also just a great ability to position himself, leverage, flip his hips back across you if you are able to cut that angle off that he's trying to get to. So he's a good player, and I'm excited to see what he does in the league.